Mary McCandless came up from the underground station, turned left onto Bayswater Road, crossed the busy junction with Park Lane, and stopped to admire the glass and chrome skull rack on Tyburn. It was a rainy day in mid-December, and a chilly breeze rattled the gibbet cages at each corner of the structure. The construction scaffolding had only just come down, revealing the gleaming Tzopantli. It wrapped around Marble Arch, embraced and extending it in the instantly recognizable style of one of the most famous British architects of the 20th century. Most of the niches on the rack were still empty, but several lonely heads stared eyelessly down from the top row. "Read all about the crims who went up last week," shouted a street hawker, selling glossy, printed commemorative magazines wrapped in a plastic caul. "Read all about their evil deeds and sad and pathetic last moments. Free DVD with every copy. Virtual reality view of every execution. Only £12.50. Collect 'em all." "Don't mind if I do." Mary smiled saucily and handed the fellow a dodgy £20 note. He didn't check it before he made change. More fool him. "Cheery bye," she called, as she stuffed the purchase in her messenger bag and sashayed off towards her job interview, richer by £7.50. Central London was the stomping ground of knobs and toffs these days. Only the obscenely wealthy could afford to live here, much less own a house big enough to accommodate a live-in nanny. That, in Mary's opinion, made any such employers fair game. Admittedly, the Mr. and Mrs. Richie McRichface she was here to fleece lived in a tied house that came with their job share. But it was the principle that mattered. Anyway, they were both on the same pay scale as a deputy chief constable, which meant they had to be loaded, or at least well insured. The boss had given Mary a fat dossier on her targets, and Mary had done due diligence. Never take a job at face value without checking the information, was her watchword, and to date it had kept her from dancing the Tyburn tango. As far as she could tell, the boss's briefing was accurate, but then he hadn't taken over London's supernatural underground by leaving anything to chance. The wind had strengthened to something between a brisk breeze and an all-out blow by the time Mary opened the gate, marched up the short path to number 17, and rang the doorbell. She waited and waited, and waited some more. And while she waited, she got herself into character. She was about to push the bell for a second time when the porch door opened,